Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are from Group 1. Our group consists of Salsabila Noor A, Shelinda Permata K, Dwi Anjar F, Chatarina Tri R. And we are going to answer the questions from Group 5. Today we have an amazing panel and we'll be talking about online learning.
Okay, now we are going to answer the first questions. This question is from Group 5, and the question is, how are the best way teacher to solve an online learning? As we know that many problems when we are doing online classes, like a signal error and many else. So, in my opinion, the only way for the teacher to help the student is to give them some time to answer and understand the questions, because signal error and many else are technical problems. So, teacher have no other option except give them some time. Also, this is a job for the government of the country to reach the remote area due to the effectiveness of online learning. Government can help the students by giving them some free internet data. That's all.
Okay, I also want to answer this question. So in my opinion, technology actually has been the part of our life nowadays for all aspects for life. But unfortunately in Indonesia, there are some area that has no internet connection or low speed internet connection. And it's not teachers' job to solve this kind of problem since they will not be capable of to do that. But I agree with Ms. Anjar. The teacher can help the students to solve this problem by giving them extra time to submit their works if this kind of situation happen. And also they can use learning media that requires low speed internet connection, such as Google Classroom. Instead of using Edmodo that requires high speed internet connection, the teacher can use Google Classroom instead. Thank you.
And I'm going to answer the second question. The question is, how many hours do you expect kids to spend on online coursework each time? As we all know, most of the teachers give material and tasks to do after the study finished. Since people come from different places and different culture, they also have different problems that occur in their daily lives, such as bad internet. In my opinion, I think mostly students are expected to study the same hours as when they are in school. But due to this condition, online learning, I think they need to spend less time than usual because they have to face their laptop and gadget the whole day, and it is bad for their eyesight. I think 5 hours is long enough, and teachers do not always have to use Zoom for class every day. Students who live in rural area and have bad internet connection find it difficult to do every day for class. And as Ms. Chatarina said, the teacher can use learning media that use low speed internet as like Google Meet. That's funny.
Thank you, Ms. Shelinda. I like to say about my opinion about this question. I think it depends on their level of education. And I think it will be better if their study time is less than usual like they do in normal condition in school. It will be important to maintain mental health because our priority now is different because of pandemic situation. It's important to stay sane and healthy. Thank you.
Okay, now we are going to answer the last questions from group 5. The question is how to improve our study at e-learning. As far as we know, students are difficult to learn something. How can you make them easier to learn?
Okay, I will answer the last questions. So in my opinion, based on Yuan and Kim's research on the effectiveness of online learning, they stated that learning community was the creation of sense of belonging by a group of learners where learners trusted one another, constructed knowledge, shared useful information, established connections by getting know each other, and set up common objectives for learning and believed that their needs would be fulfilled by that. And from the research, we know that making a group of learners to study together can make the e-learning more effective. And the students can be easier to understand the materials because they can discuss and share their thoughts about the materials. Also, if there are some difficulties also, if there are some students who have difficulties to understand the materials, the other students can help them. And in addition, it helps the teacher to save their time because they don't need to explain the same materials repeatedly. That's all from me.
Okay, for me, actually, it's easy to improve our study in this condition, online learning. As long as we have the will to do and be ambitious, it's also okay. The simple ways is get your motivation. You need to know what for do you study this hard every day, every night. Is there anything that you really want that makes you to study? That is your motivation. It's from me.
Okay, from me, I think when we teach them, we are not only teach the material, but also the norm and good habit in society. Make sure to improve their study at e-learning. Make sure to not send very difficult assignment that will burden the students. Also, it's very important to always engage with the students and don't forget to build personal connection with them. We can start our lesson by asking their condition so that they will feel valued as humans and not only as students who study at school. Also remind them that their condition is more fortunate than others that can go study, and always be grateful. Be grateful. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to answer this question. Well, even though online learning in this condition is hard for both the students and the teacher, there are something that we can do, both teacher and students, to build an effective environment for learning. Based on Dae Hu and Ken Potter's article that was published in the Southeast Education Network, to help online students understand the material better, the teacher should establish a flexible and engaging environment, which means online learning should enable the students to pursue their own interests. For example, if the students are in the essay writing class, the teacher's job is only to explain about what essay is and what the characteristics are, how to make a good essay. And then when it comes to practice, the teacher should give the students their own freedom to choose their topics that's suitable enough for their own interests and their backgrounds. And also for the students, if they don't understand the material that the teacher has taught in the class, in the online meeting, they can use their own references by using the internet to make themselves understand the material better. Instead, besides of doing that, they can also ask their friends and also their teachers if they don't understand the material. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for giving your time for us. We have listened to the excellent presentation. Have a good day and see you in the next presentation. Goodbye.